what's up? I'm here to talk Vanderpump Rules Season 11. It's about to premiere on January 30th, and I have some predictions, so stay tuned if you want to find out what they are. Some of them are based off of the trailer, so I'll get into what I think about the trailer, and some of them are just my predictions for the season based on everything we've seen, everything we've talked about, and yeah. I'm super ready for this season to start. I've been just so excited. As you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion. You can't really tell, but this is my Vanderpump shirt, and I'm wearing my hat as well. So I'm just so ready for this season. I'm a committed fan since the beginning. I've made previous videos about season 10, so check them out if you're interested. Let's get into it. So my predictions for this season. I see, it's hot, hold on. Okay, my predictions for this season. I believe that Scheana Shay will be the first one to forgive Sandoval. This is based off of the fact that Scheana is always kind of wishy-washy, flip-floppy, you know. That's what Katie says about her, and it does seem to be true. Like, she does forgive people first all the time, you know. So I really think that this season, Scheana is going to focus a lot on the fact that her and Sandoval were friends for a long time, since the beginning. She's going to talk about, you know, how he was her best friend. I bet you anything she's going to say that at some point in the season. And she's going to say that they were really close, you know, and so it's hard for her to just disappear completely from his life and just to break that friendship. So she's going to be having her own struggle with how to deal with not being friendly with Sandoval. And one of Sandoval's friends, something horrible happened. It was very tragic in his life. So I believe that this will be the bridge. Scheana's going to contact him because of that. I've heard her say in her podcast that she contacted him and that he did not reply. But I believe that this will be something Scheana will talk about to kind of show us that Sandoval's been going through a lot of things and to explain why she reached out to him initially. So I do see Scheana forgiving Sandoval because it's hard for her. But in my opinion, she is best friends with Ariana, so it's going to be difficult to see her trying to get along with Sandoval. I know that during BravoCon, she was seen in his hotel room, and she says it was because she was talking to other people and she just happened to be in there. But she did not get very good feedback from being in the hotel room with Sandoval. And to this day, she says, oh, I was in there due to other people. You know, I wasn't there to hang out with Sandoval.
Just own it, Lisa. F***ing own it. Own it. Just own it. Oh my God. Oh, shut up. You know what?
Listen.
Just f***ing own it.
But I think ultimately she does want to make up with him.
Be done with it. Own what?
So I see that happening. I see Katie not forgiving Sandoval at all, which is cool. You know, do your thing. She never liked him. And by the way, Scheana did talk smack about Sandoval when Ariana and Sandoval were together. She told Ariana's mom in text messages that, you know, Sandoval was selfish, all he cared about was himself, and that they're not good together, you know, and she did have her suspicions about him.
A part of me will always feel like Tom got away with something. I want you to see these text messages that she sent. Okay.
And Ariana's ultimately her best friend, like, for real, so it's kind of weird that she wants to forgive him, but, you know, Scheana's very dramatic, so I can see her totally crying about this and having this conflict all season about wanting to be friends with Sandoval again. I can see Katie not forgiving Sandoval because, let's be honest, she's probably glad to get rid of him from her life, and I can see Katie and Ariana being really close because of this. I can also see that Lala will make up with Sandoval due to his sobriety journey. So I say sobriety journey because now he has admitted that he's drinking again, and he just said, like, he didn't want to drink during the season because he didn't want to do anything crazy. So I guess that's pretty mature, but he just basically stopped drinking so that he wouldn't make a fool of himself this season. And once they wrapped, he's back to drinking. So anyway, I think that Lala, based on this sobriety journey, will want to be friends with Sandoval again and will reach out to him because that's how she is, you know. She's going to want to give him advice and, like, maybe even apologize for being so angry or whatever the case is. Maybe feel bad about comparing him to Randall or something, you know. But I think that she is definitely going to make up with him on the guise of, he's going through sobriety, I understand how that is, I'm going to be cool with him. And I think Ariana is not going to be very understanding of this. So that's like their whole arguing situation. I see Katie as well being annoyed with Lala being super friendly with Sandoval. So I can see Katie and Lala fighting over Sandoval, like over her wanting to be friendly with him. As far as Schwartz, we heard that him and Sheena kissed, and he was the one that admitted it in the trailer. I think that Schwartz admitted it because he was in the hot seat.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
All right, wait. There's something I wanted to get off my chest that I should have told you a long time ago. Well, I wanted to tell you during therapy, during our whole relationship debacle. I wanted to tell you like 5 other times.
5 other times.
I want to tell you today, but I kept pushing out. All right, you know the whole Vegas thing?
We're about to hear about the time he cheated on her and made out with someone in Vegas, and I'm wondering if this might be when Sheena was involved, and he's only admitting it because Jax was going to tell.
I wasn't completely honest about what happened entirely. That night I snuck off and I went to like an after party, and I actually did like make out with that girl. It was sleazy and it was gross. I was shit-faced. I didn't even really remember. I had to call the next day and ask her.
Listen to how chill this girl is about making out with him. She says, it's just a kiss, no big deal. Could this girl possibly have been Sheena?
And I was like, did anything happen? You were fine. It's like, I have a girlfriend. She's like, we just made out, not a big deal. I don't know, I was having doubts ever since that whole debacle. I've been happier than I've ever been in my life.
You've got to be f***ing kidding me. This is not the first time this has happened. Sadly,
Sheena said that you made out with someone.
That's true. That's not bullshit.
am I pissed off that this was going on? Yes.
I'm head over heels, gaga in love. Now I have 0 doubts about who I want to be with.
You had to go make out. That makes me feel thrilled. Guess what I would do? If I ever had doubts, not go make out.
I've been guilt-ridden about it every day. Trust me, and I told Jax. He's pissed because we outed him. I was going to tell you this regardless. This isn't why I'm talking anyways. He's hanging over my head.
Do you want to come and tell me before anyone else?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's neither here nor there.
It's awesome. My boyfriend can only be honest with me when someone's threatening to do it for him. Like, question the relationship, you weren't being honest. That's why you went and did this, and then you lied to me about it, and then you kind of tell me half-truth. You know what? I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to go sit down. I can't believe that he lied to me. I don't want tonight to become about my relationship. I'm just going to keep to myself, try to recover from this brick that was just thrown at my life.
Schwartz never admits to anything, never takes accountability. So I think, why would he admit to kissing Sheena, like randomly? Like, you made out with girls while you were with Katie. You never would admit till the very last minute. He admits to things to throw someone under the bus or like to get out of the situation. Like, I kissed Sheena, be mad at Sheena, you know, maybe that was a situation. But I ultimately believe that he admits to it because he's in the hot seat, because he kissed Raquel. And he betrayed Katie, and we cannot forget about that. So I don't think Katie's gonna forget about that this season. Like, we all remember Sandoval. We all think about what happened with Raquel and Tom Sandoval, but we forget what happened with Raquel and Tom Schwartz. Like, she did kiss him. She did betray Katie. Katie was really furious about that. So I think Katie is not going to forgive Schwartz, and this is going to be a mission now for Schwartz to regain Katie's favor, you know, because you're not friends with Raquel anymore. Like, that was a waste of time. You picked the wrong side. So I think he's going to want to make up with Katie and want to be friends with her again. So in order to do that, what's he going to say? Kisses don't mean anything. I kiss everyone. Like, he's always acted like it doesn't matter. He just makes out with everybody on accident. Oops, I made out with her. He's the king of having this storyline of like, it meant nothing. It's a random girl. We just made out. Kisses don't mean anything. So I think the same thing he was trying to do in season 10 when he's like, it's just a kiss, who cares? He's gonna be like that again in this season. It's just a kiss, who cares? I'm sorry I kissed Raquel. It was just a kiss. I kissed Sheena before. And then they're going to be like, what? And then he's like, yeah, so it's not a big deal, right? And they're going to be like, wait a minute, when did you kiss Sheena? And then now he's deflected the attention to this Sheena thing. And then Katie hates Sheena, so it's going to be something for Katie to fight with Sheena possibly.
Neighbors, I already feel super bad now.
Now let's deflect and talk
I'm not
about
deflecting.
the
That's
neighbors.
also
Stop talking and listen. All I need you to do is just listen to me
The problem
sometimes.
is I don't like the sound of your voice. You're acting like a fool.
Can I just say something?
No!
You're being stupid.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, this is the same
Being a bitch.
No,
You're
Daniel,
being a bully.
You do not understand the way you make me feel sometimes.
You're being a bitch.
No, I am not.
Listen, we're not talking about you right now. This isn't about you. It is your fault.
Why is this right? You talk to your
Just off, bro.
Sit down with me for a sec. Bubba.
If you're gonna accuse me of stuff, then no.
I'm not gonna accuse you of anything.
Why can't you just apologize? Why can't you just apologize?
You were crying half the night for no reason whatsoever.
The thing is, that's what you're missing, is that I did have a reason.
Because you were mad at Sheena because I gave her a shot? You can't do that. You said you better not be nice to Sheena and Shay. Like, come on, man.
I need to hear an apology. I don't need to hear Tom's justifications.
So yeah, I just think he's throwing this out for all the wrong reasons. And as far as when the kiss happened, I think they said it was in Mexico. So did it happen while Sheena's with Brock? That's the question. What I know about this season, I know that on Sheena's podcast, The Hot Seat or whatever, Brock said that he has filmed with Jax twice. So there may be a scene with all the guys or possibly Brock and Jax together filming. They filmed twice, but we don't know if that's going to make it in the season. But I just know this has been said. I know that Jo is probably in this season because her pictures are no longer blurred. They show her face. So in order for Bravo to do that, they've probably gotten permission from Jo to show her pictures. I've heard that Jax and James have filmed together. So I am speculating that maybe they're starting their own business together. That would be pretty interesting. So we know that they have definitely filmed together. We know Jax is coming back. And we know that in season 11, episode 8, it's going to be the crossover episode. So just like Vanderpump started because like it crossed over from Beverly Hills and then they walked into the lounge and then they showed Sheena and how she had hooked up with Brandy's husband, and so it was like we got into the Sir community, you know, based off of Beverly Hills. That's what's going to happen with this new show, The Valley. By the way, in my predictions about what the secret was going to be for this season, I guessed a spin-off show, but it was one of like 6 possible predictions, but it did happen. Anyways, I predicted it was going to be called VPR Valley, so I was close. Anyways, so I know Alex Baskin, the producer of the show, said that episode 8, it's going to be the crossover and it's going to be with Jax. So I believe it's Jax and James filming together. Not sure on that one, but Jax is filming with somebody and he leaves from the restaurant that they're hanging out at. And as he's walking away, the camera follows Jax, who's like not a main cast member, right? So it's like, what's happening? Why are we following Jax instead of following the cast members? It's gonna follow Jax. Oh, you know what? I did hear it's Jax and Sandoval filming together because Jax had so much to say on Watch What Happens Live and like during this whole scandal.
We know Jax has been wanting to come off the bench and offer his commentary. What was your initial reaction to the news of the affair?
It was a whirlwind. Actually, somebody told me.
Were you surprised?
Yeah. No.
You were not surprised?
No, I've called this from day one.
You have called it from day one?
I have. I haven't been wrong about anything.
I was extremely shocked, especially because it was somebody so close.
Now, knowing that it was Tom and Ariana, were you surprised that he cheated on her?
No, because I was there the first week during the Miami situation. I was there the week they started dating when this happened. I said it many times. No one wanted to believe
so you're
me.
going to Miami Girl, which absolutely happened in your mind.
It 100% happened.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there. I was in the room next to him.
How long do you think Schwartz knew him? Do you think he was a decoy?
100%. I talk to Schwartz every day. I know for a fact, for 100% fact, on my child, he told me he knew.
You don't know how long you knew.
No, he goes, I knew for a while. He kind of left it at that.
Did either of you have any suspicion about this affair?
Tom Sandoval makes friends like really fast with different people.
Okay.
Last time we saw them was at our friend's house. They were together, and I think Ariana called him and said, hey, my grandmother passed away or got sick. He didn't go home. He didn't leave. And he couldn't get an Uber.
Do you think they're in love?
No.
I think Ariana is a very strong, independent woman. He can't control her. He can control Raquel. She's easily manipulated, and she's very codependent. He can do that. He can't do that with Ariana. I don't really have a leg to stand on this topic.
Okay.
I'll answer your questions, but I want to make sure that I say that.
You don't want to come off like you're dancing on someone's...
Right.
That like they wanted to see Jax and Sandoval have a conversation, which is going to be really, really juicy. Him getting like really serious with him.
Because I would feel horrible.
I'm okay.
This is so ironic, and I cannot wait to see these two have a conversation.
It doesn't bother me. Tom and Kristen's relationship is bullshit. I sleep good at night, so I'm okay. You know what? She's got to get laid. So do I.
I'm just wondering, like, you don't ever, like, feel anything.
You don't ever, like, feel anything.
It's like
We need this conversation.
You ever feel this?
I'm sure people were mean about Scandival, but this reaction is way worse.
Oh my God!
I do own it. I do own it.
Jeez, oh, you're so much.
No. What am I not?
Mike, dude, I'm out of here. You guys are all delusional.
You guys are delusional.
What is your problem, dude?
Tell the truth.
Oh, I am. What, am I not supposed to be his friend anymore? What is your problem, dude?
Tell the truth.
What did you think of Sandoval's birthday present?
See, but this is the thing with Tom. I know what people say, like, well, look at all the stuff he does. To me, and I don't mean this the wrong way, he does this. Look what I did. Look what I did.
You're
Jax.
feeling that he only does it for you?
Absolutely. Not just me, for everybody else. Absolutely. And I'm not wrong about that.
And I'm not wrong about that.
He knows Sandoval will always go above and beyond if he's like feeling it. We all know that about Tom.
He likes the show. He likes everyone to see it.
Hopefully it did come from the bottom of his heart. The way that their friendship had been going, he wasn't ever talking to him or ever coming around. Maybe he really did want to.
It just felt differently for y'all.
Yeah.
So during that scene, afterwards, instead of following Sandoval, it's going to follow Jax out of the restaurant into, I think, his business, and then we're going to start the Valley show, or maybe his house, I'm not sure, but that's how it's going to lead into the next show.
Okay, so as far as the Valley goes, we know it will be introduced through a scene with Jax and Tom Sandoval, but this crossover episode will actually be an hour long. So episode 8 is going to be an extra long episode as we lead into the new show. We know that it will be a guys' night, so Jax and James, Brock will all be there, so that's one of the times that Brock films with Jax, and it will follow Jax back to the Valley, back to his house. The conversation between Sandoval and Jax is going to be long-awaited and very intense, and I think that Jax is going to say he's the #1 guy.
You gotta stop being such a pussy.
I'm not a
pussy. Even clearly Saucy even knows it too, because she knew to go to you first. You're a weak link.
Oh, dude, just stop, man. He's had Dude, all of a sudden, like, I want to talk about my band or something. It's like, dude, that's
My band or something. It's like, dude, that's
up.
Shut the up about your band. Stop acting like you're the #1 guy in this group, man. I'm the #1 guy in this group.
Are you kidding me, Jax? You, man.
So it's kind of like forcing us to watch it, which is cool, I guess, because I wasn't that interested in watching The Valley. I'm kind of bored with the old cast, you know? But this is going to force me to watch it, because if this is super juicy, then of course I'm going to be like, well, what's going to happen next, you know? So, clever, bravo. Also, what I know for this season is that based on the sneak peeks, Lala's going to be getting into her issues with Randall because she says she never really worked through that stuff. So we're going to be seeing that. We saw a scene of them screaming a lot, so I believe that this is screaming therapy. James has done it before. They made it look like it was something super dramatic, but I just think it's some sort of like, you know, LA therapy situation. Oh yeah, we know that they filmed in Lake Tahoe, and my mom went to Tahoe like a couple months ago, and there was a sign for like a new restaurant opening there, like a new Vanderpump restaurant. So I was like, oh my gosh, they're opening something there. So I'm gathering that they go to Lake Tahoe for the Lisa Vanderpump restaurant opening, and I guess Lisa Vanderpump goes too. And then this also, we've heard this is where Graham makes his appearance, and this is when Vanderpump wanted Raquel as well to make her appearance and show up on the show, and supposedly she used Graham as like a way to try to get Raquel back in, but who knows if that's true. But yeah, so yeah, they're gonna be filming in Lake Tahoe. Graham's gonna make his appearance. I also have a prediction. I think James might propose to Allie this season, so we'll see if that happens. I think it's kind of fake if Sandoval is trying to make up with Sheena, because he did say he didn't care about her. It was super easy for him to throw her under the bus, so I just think it's like, it's not a genuine friendship, you know? He just needs to get back in with the group. Oh yeah, also what I think, another prediction, is that this season we're going to finally break away from their waitresses at SUR, because we all know they're really not doing that, right? So I think finally we're gonna break that. I heard in the premiere that they did a great job of like bridging the new show and the growth of what they are now versus what they used to be. So like based on hearing that, I think it's gonna start with like Lisa narrating or something, and it's gonna be like people grow, lives change, people, you know, things spread apart, they're not as they used to be, but let's see where people's journeys have led them, and then it's just going to show them doing things that are not working at the restaurant. So I think that's finally going to be done. Like, we know they're all not working and picking up shifts at SUR, so we're going to see what they are really doing in their lives. So that's pretty interesting that they're able to do this kind of like new wave, you know? So I'm excited to see that. So I predict that they're going to do well in showing that nobody's working at the restaurants anymore, because it's the truth.
The doors are open for you. I'll just keep existing like I normally do in my own house.
I think Ariana is going to be shown in a light where we're going to see that she's very stubborn and things need to kind of be her way. And I understand her for being that way, but also she's always been that way, so I'm not going to be mad at her for it, you know? Like, she's always been kind of stubborn. They show a sneak peek of her being like, do you think I'm going to really let Sandoval stay in this house and I have to leave? It kind of shows that's why it's taking so long for you guys to separate things, because you don't just want him to buy you out, even if he could. You want him to leave as well. So you're like arranging things for you guys to sell the house and split it 50-50, and like that's a whole fight on its own. I'm sure we're gonna see that on this season. They haven't really been talking about the house situation like fully in depth, so I think that's because they're saving it for season 11. As far as what else we saw on the trailer, Schwartz dyes his hair blonde. Dad bod Ken. He looks horrible.
Oh my God.
You look like Dad bod Ken.
I've cheated. I was a makeout slut. Made out with Sheena like Vegas. Don't even know that.
What? My feelings.
Oh yeah, he literally uses the word makeout slut in the commercial. So yeah, you're gonna be saying that as an alibi for why you made out with Raquel, right? And just betrayed everybody. So annoying. Like, grow up, Schwartz. I already know what he's gonna do this season. It's crazy. It shows Sheena crying in the trailer, and she says, I miss who he used to be to me. It looks like she's crying and talking about possibly the kiss and like Brock and her are breaking up, but obviously she's talking about Sandoval. I bet she's going to be crying a lot about the relationship she misses with him. That's going to be her whole thing this season. There's a love triangle with Schwartz and a girl and Katie. I don't think it's Joe because Katie hates Joe, so it wouldn't be Joe. It's some pink-haired girl. Don't know who she is. There's also a girl that Schwartz is like, my friend Joe.
This is my friend Joe. She's hot.
So that's Joe. But then there's also a scene where the girl says like, are you embarrassed to me? So I'm just not sure. Like, is this different girls? Is it Joe?
She's your secret girlfriend, though, right? No, she's not.
Are you embarrassed by me?
Who's the pink-haired girl, you know? Because it's not Joe. Because Katie wouldn't be hooking up with Joe, that's for sure. So, I don't know.
I have a crush on a divorced couple.
I've never been in a love triangle before.
Also, Katie's been super vague about relationships, so I think maybe Katie's with a girl. She's been dressing kind of like a chic, like, you know, Louis loafers type of style, so I think maybe she's not talking about relationships because she might be seeing a girl. And when it comes to a love triangle and who's gonna win, obviously Katie's gonna win because Schwartz can't do anything. So I'm gonna predict that Schwartz is probably gonna bail out and bow out, like he likes to say, and, you know, get out of the situation before he loses.
May the best man win.
They show a scene of like somebody getting aggressive, like a scuffle with Sandoval involved, and I think it looks like fans getting crazy. I don't think it's between cast members. I think it's funny too that Ariana's like, my children, and then he's like, your children in the trailer. Yeah, the animals, I'm pretty sure she got them. They're her animals. What are you talking about? Why are you even arguing that? And then Lala's like, I've never seen somebody who gets cheated on and suddenly becomes God or whatever she says. And it's like, yeah, I understand you're annoyed because you didn't get that much attention when it happened with Randall. People were not forgiving. People were not on your side. But you did profit off of the Sandoval as well. She made the most merch out of anybody. Let's, you know, get into Send It to Daryl again. Over 200,000, I believe. So it's like you did profit as well from the scandal. 1. 2, you were the loudest one screaming at the reunion, saying crazy things to Sandoval. So for her to be going back so much and being like, I can't believe people are looking at it this way, it kind of makes you feel like, why were you yelling in the reunion? Did you really care that much? Or were you just involved in the moment and you were saying what the fans wanted you to say and you're just a dramatic person? Like, you know, you should kind of be still dramatic and still acting like Sandoval's like the worst person ever, because you were super dramatic during that reunion. She was like, am I too much? I'm just so upset. It's like, were you really upset? That didn't continue 2 months later, and now you're mad at Ariana. Out of the fans, out of everybody, you were the loudest and most vocal and most upset. So for her to now be yelling, like, why is she being treated this way? I don't know. It's typical Lala, you know, like she goes super hard and super furious and then she takes back what she does. That's just how she is. She did it with Brock. She's done it to Sheena. She hated Katie. Like, it's just how she is, you know? But yeah, I find it kind of annoying that she's yelling that only because she was so loud at the reunion. If she wasn't so loud at the reunion, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yeah, I get why you feel this way. But Yeah.
I'm trying to help
This
you.
is my
I
life.
think Tom's still in love with Raquel.
Based on the trailer and interviews I've heard, I think Tom Sandoval's storyline is going to be that he's still into Raquel, he still likes her, he tried to continue talking to her, and he's going to make her out to be the bad guy and say that he really wanted to be with her, but he realized she was immature and she backstabbed him. So then his story will flip to him being super sad that Raquel betrayed him and is a jerk.
Just blocked you. It's over.
Bullshit.
And that's all my predictions for this season. Also, Charlie said that she chose not to come back to this season. That's why she's not filming. But I don't really know how true that is. Like, it would have been really cool for her to come back and talk about all the things her and Raquel talked about and stuff like that, you know? So, I don't know. But she says she chose not to come back. That's why she's not back. So, we'll just take her word for it. So, that's all my predictions. And that's everything I know for season 11. So, I'm excited to see how this goes. Let's watch, and I'll be posting a video about episode 1 when it comes out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!
You know, at the end of the day, the truth comes out with everything. At the end of the day, the truth will come out.
What is your problem, dude?
Tell the truth.
I am.
Welcome to sir. You're going to regret it.
Look forward to hating you all at some point. Out with the old, in with the new.
Vanderpump, baby. Hey, what's up? It's me. It's me? Hey, what's up? I'm here. Hey. They show a sheen of